Hey again everyone, so I'm back with another review, and today it's Vampire Darcy's Desire by Regina. And this is a Pride and Prejudice adaptation. The glare is really bad, but I'll start by reading the back of the book. Vampire Darcy's Desire presents Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice as a heart-pounding vampire romance filled with passion and danger. Tormented by a 200-year-old curse and his fate as a half-human, half-vampire damper, Mr. Darcy vows to live forever alone, rather than inflict the horrors of life as a vampire on an innocent wife. But when he comes to Netherford Park, he meets the captivating Elizabeth Bennet. As a man, Darcy yearns for Elizabeth, but as a vampire he is also driven to possess her. Uncontrollably drawn to each other, they are forced to confront a Pride and Prejudice never before imagined, while wrestling with the seductive power of forbidden love. Meanwhile, dark forces are at work all around them. Most ominous is the threat from George Wickham, the purveyor of the curse, a demon who vows to destroy each generation of Darcys. Okay, so when I hauled this video, I said that I normally stay away from classic adaptations, and that's very true, but I was in this independent bookstore, and they had this, and I've heard of Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and Mr. Darcy, Vampire, Sensibility and Sea Monsters, and all those, but I hadn't heard of this, and I know Regina is a huge Jane Austen fan, and she writes a lot of adaptations, none that I have ever picked up. So I thought I'd give this a go, because I hadn't seen it in the bookstore before. So I picked it up, and I'm so glad I did. I think I give this 4.5 out of 5 on my blog, but it was really, really good. So it starts off, there's a fire at Darcy's house and a confrontation with Wickham, so you find out that Wickham and Darcy are enemies, and there's something not quite right about Wickham, and Darcy is protecting Georgiana. And then it goes to Netherfield. Bingley has just got Netherfield as it is in the original, and Mr. Darcy is aloof and acts superior to everyone, as is with the original, and Regina saw an opportunity to interpret Darcy's behaviour as not just a result of his wealth and upbringing, but what if there was actually a reason that he was keeping himself apart from others, and she took this to mean as a vampire he is trying to distance himself so he doesn't hurt anybody and doesn't want to inflict his curse upon anyone, and he uses that as a defence. And so he's successful in this until he meets Elizabeth Bennet. He just can't stay away from her, he's drawn to her fine eyes, and I really liked that. And what I liked about this is that it actually has a lot from Darcy's perspective. In the original Pride and Prejudice, which you can't fault, it's a 5 out of 5 book, right? You cannot fault Austen, but Darcy is the main protagonist, and yet we never really see his point of view for very long, and I've always sort of missed that. I always wanted his point of view, and in this we get it, as well as Elizabeth's and as well as Wickham's. So you get an all-round idea of what's happening, and from Wickham's point of view, because he has been around 200 years, he's the reason that this curse is on the Darcy family, turning them to half human, half vampire dampers. I never know how to say that word. And so Darcy's decided, that's it, I'm not going to marry, the curse is going to end with me, the curse will be broken. But of course then he's drawn to Elizabeth, so he has all these conflicting emotions. He wants to be with Elizabeth, but he doesn't want to make her give birth to another half human, half vampire son. So he's really, really conflicted, and that comes across really well in this. Wickham was such a good bad guy. The confrontations were great. There was action in this, and she, I think, successfully adapted it to a gothic paranormal romance. She also keeps Jane Austen's sort of style. The sort of humour and wit is still in here. Some parts transitioned really easily and smoothly, some felt a little forced, but overall it was really good. I hit a wall about halfway through. The first 200 pages I completely whizzed through. It was really fast, and then I just came up against a wall and I couldn't seem to get past a bit, but when I did, it flew by again. So if you normally stay away from these paranormal adaptations of books, but you like the paranormal genre, I would give this a go. I really actually enjoyed it when I didn't expect to enjoy it quite so much as I did. On the other hand, if you stayed away from Pride and Prejudice, but you like paranormal books, again, this is a great book for you. I would definitely recommend it. I haven't seen much on it. I think it came out about 2 years ago, and it is an adult book, so maybe that's why I haven't seen much on it, but I really enjoyed it. It was really good. If you do check it out, please let me know what you think, and happy reading.